So with Legendary Duelist Sisters of the Rose on the horizon, we are getting new support for many archetypes, including a new archetype, which I'll talk about in a little while, in a few days when I get to that video. However, today we're going to start with the Cyber Angel support, and honestly, this support is horrible. So in today's video, I'll be talking about why the Cyber Angel support is beyond horrible. Cyber Egg Angel is the first card I'll be talking about. Basically, on summon, regardless of normal or special, you can add one Machine Angel spell or Ritual Sanctuary from deck to hand. This card is pretty good as it's more access to the ritual spells and the new spells, which I'll get to in a second. The real appealing aspect of this card is how it searches Ritual Sanctuary, however, giving you a reason to play this over something like Manju. It is a level 2, making it easy to summon from Ritual Sanctuary as well. Really, there isn't a whole lot to talk about with this card. It's just simply good for the archetype. Now, will it replace something like Manju? Maybe not, as Manju still has the versatility of being searchable through Ben 10, and it can search the ritual monsters along with the ritual spells, but I think this card will definitely find a place as a 1 to 2 of in the archetype. So next, we're going to talk about the new ritual monster for Cyber Angels, that being Cyber Angel is Onna. It's a level 8 light fairy ritual monster with 2500 attack, 2600 defense, and the following effect. You can ritual summon this card with Machine Angel Ritual. If this card is ritual summoned, you can make your opponent send one spell/trap they control to the graveyard. When this attacking card destroys an opponent's monster by battle and sends it to the graveyard, you can activate this effect. This card can make a second attack on an opponent's monster in a row. Once per turn, when your opponent activates a card or effect that targets a Cyber Angel ritual monster you control quick effect, you can shuffle one ritual monster from your graveyard into the deck, and if you do, destroy one card your opponent controls. So, let's break this down. It has a nice spell/trap removal effect, which is always good to see. It has an additional attack effect when it destroys one monster in battle, which isn't a bad effect, but isn't necessarily great. This really seems like the effect Konami wants you to play her for, but in reality isn't why you play her at all. It's nice, especially considering the OTK style of play intended for pure Cyber Angels, but really isn't that effective. It's also especially weird when the attack of this card is less than the defense. If it's obviously saying to play it going second, why would the attack be lower than its defense? Anyways, the last effect punishes your opponent for targeting it, which is good against a deck like Sky Striker, for example. If you were to summon this, if your opponent uses a Widow Anchor on it, for example, they're losing a second card in the process. However, this doesn't make this card good by itself, and in the end, this ritual will see play just because it's another Cyber Angel ritual. However, that doesn't mean it will be good, and I really don't think it's that good for the archetype. Magnificent Machine Angel is a quick play spell with the following effect. Tribute one Cyber Angel ritual monster from your hand or field, then target one light fairy monster you control. It gains 200 attack and defense times the level of the tributed monster. Also, if it battles a monster special summoned from the extra deck, negate the effects of that opponent's monster during the battle phase. These changes last until the end of this turn. You can only activate one Magnificent Machine Angel per turn. So I understand you contribute rituals like Ben 10 and Search. As well, you can OTK much easier with this card. It doesn't do enough to warrant play, and this card is just terrible. The only reason I would play it is maybe as a tech against Thunder Dragons, but even then there are way better options. Incarnated Machine Angel basically protects your rituals from battle, and whenever you take damage, you can ritual summon one Cyber Angel from your hand by tributing one Cyber Angel regardless of level. This card is way too reliant on the opponent, and it doesn't do anything a ritual spell can't do besides the battle protection, but that is just not good. Maybe it requires less resources, sure, but the reliance on the opponent for it doesn't make it good enough to warrant play. If your opponent can just activate an Afterburners on one of the rituals, then literally the spell doesn't matter if they have 3 spells engraved, and that's why I think this card is just so terrible. The Merciful Machine Angel tributes one Cyber Angel to draw 2 and then puts one card back on the bottom of the deck. Then after, you could only special summon rituals. This card has way too many issues that that could have easily been prevented. First, this card didn't need to put one back, as this card alone wouldn't have made the archetype tier 1 without this restriction, along without the special summon restriction. But with that in mind, why does it have the special summon restriction? This card isn't great considering these restrictions, and I wouldn't recommend playing it. Maybe you could play as a one of, but it really isn't that great with all of these restrictions in mind. In the end, this new wave of support is garbage, and the only remotely relevant card is Cyber Egg Angel. Even then, however, it's really only decent, and honestly, I could see this support being made specifically tailored for Duel Links. By the way guys, the reason I did Cyber Angel first was because it's the support that I didn't need to make an Is It Worth It with. So in the future, expect Is It Worth It on the rest of the archetype, except maybe the Lunalight archetype since it doesn't have any ultra rares, but that's besides the point. But anyways, thank you guys so much for watching this video. I hope you enjoyed. What card would you guys want me to discuss next after I get through all the support regarding Sisters of the Rose? Comment down below with your idea and it might just become a video and your comment might just be featured in that video. If you guys want to support me further than just watching my YouTube videos, go down into the description and support me on Patreon. It helps out quite immensely. As well, if you guys want to join me and other members of the BladeYGO community further than just my videos and the YouTube comment section, go down into the description and join my Discord server. I'd love to have you guys there. Thank you guys so much for watching this video, and with that, I hope to see you soon.